Sure, here's your dedicated dynamic voiceover script for the Polaris F9450 Sport Robotic In-Ground Swimming Pool Cleaner Vacuum 4-Wheel Drive, tailored for the Reviewsinside TV channel. Human-sounding, expert-informed, and ready to engage for 8 to 12 minutes. Hello there! You've just tuned into Reviewsinside TV, and today we've got something that's part robotics, part personal assistant for your pool, and entirely fascinating. Up for review, the Polaris F9450 Sport, a 4-wheel drive robotic cleaner that promises to scrub, vacuum, and make your in-ground pool feel fresh with minimal effort. Let's start by laying out what this unit brings to the table. It's a fully self-contained robotic cleaner for pools up to about 50 feet long. You'll notice its signature features right away. Vortex vacuum technology, designed to keep debris suspended for longer. A pleated scrubbing brush that tackles floors, walls, and the waterline, and a rear water cleaning stream meant to dislodge stubborn dirt from stairs and tight corners. On top of that, there's an easy lift system. Press a button, it surfaces, drains itself, and waits for you, plus a generous 60-foot anti-tangle cable with a swivel, a top-access 5-liter filter canister, and a compact caddy for transport. All neat and tidy, no drama. All these features aim to solve real-world pains. Manual brushing that lasts ages, clogging filters mid-season, trays that are awkward to clean, the cleaner getting stuck or tangled. Polaris is ticking all these boxes to render maintenance almost effortless. Now, diving into how it performs in real life. Setting it up, refreshingly easy. You assemble the caddy in minutes, no tools, place it in the pool, plug it in, and let it run. I've tested it across a standard vinyl pool with light leaves, sand, and even little pebbles. In about 1.5 hours, it navigated the floor, scaled the walls, and scrubbed the tile line with solid results. The Vortex vacuum definitely held suction longer than models I've used before, especially with mixed debris. The Easy Lift is a lifesaver. It surfaced exactly where I wanted, drained out most of the water, and made removal a clean, hassle-free process. Even so, it's not flawless. In a couple of tricky corner spots, especially where the wall meets steps, the scrub brush missed a bit unless I nudged it by hand afterward. And the programmable timer is handy, but not as intuitive as some touchscreen remotes on the market. Those are minor observations, but worth noting. At this point, if you're enjoying this rundown, a quick nudge, go ahead, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss the next review that could save you hours of hassle. Let me share what stood out in more natural, conversational pros and cons. What I absolutely appreciate, the build feels sturdy and smart. You can sense the thoughtful engineering in features like the lift system and tangle-reducing swivel. The filter canister is a joy, clear, roomy, and hygienic to empty. Energy use is surprisingly low. Ironically, this cleaner uses way less power than running your pool's filtration system or pressure side vacs. On the flip side, those tight corners are your occasional nemesis, a common robotics challenge, but still one. And though the 7-day timer is great, it's a bit old school to program. A futuristic dial or app would have elevated the experience. Those are more subjective than deal breakers, but I wanted to mention them honestly. Speaking of money, this is not an impulse buy. Pricing tends to hover around the upper mid-range for robotic cleaners. But consider what you're getting. Less energy consumption. Polaris claims up to 90% savings, thorough multi-surface scrubbing, and hands-off operation. Competing models like Dolphins may offer app control or mapping, but often at similar or higher costs, and with smaller debris capacity or less robust warranty coverage. For a similar price, you might get fancier tech, but compromise on debris capacity or build. Polaris strikes a strong balance of tough-working mechanics and cleaner for longer utility. Looking at its build quality, the unit weighs about 21 pounds, enclosed in solid plastics, with Aquatrack tires that grip surfaces securely. The caddy works well. It's compact, tool-free, and feels reliable. As for longevity, Polaris has a solid reputation, and owners report multi-season reliability as long as you change brushes and clean filters regularly. The 2-year limited warranty offers reasonable peace of mind, and replacement parts are widely available. Regarding customer support, I haven't needed to reach out for help. Polaris generally receives decent marks for responsive and accessible support. That's worth something when you're investing several hundred or over $1,000. This model doesn't involve firmware or app updates, so we'll skip any chatter about that. It just gets on with cleaning. Here's the final word. The Polaris F9450 Sport is a thoughtfully engineered workhorse. Efficient, powerful, and mostly self-sufficient. It addresses the chores you dread and delivers a smart, energy-saving way to keep your pool pristine. Its minor quirks, like edge coverage and less flashy programming, don't overshadow its core strengths. If you want a reliable, heavy-duty robotic cleaner that worries less about connectivity and more about getting the job done, this is your pick. Ideal for busy owners with in-ground pools who value durability over gimmicks. Thanks for sticking around. If you want to grab this cleaner, swing by the comments box where we've dropped a link. I'd love to hear what you think, or if you already own one, how it's working out for you. Goodbye! Until next time, keep it crystal clear here on Reviews Inside TV.